Okay. I probably will not be streaming too long today. Unless I just have a change of mind here. There's talk of boarding games today, so I might slide out and do that in a few hours. But for now, I want to, excuse me, get yawns out, I guess. not, not optimal. Let me swap over. I need to find, where's Dinnercall? I wish I could. I wish they would save the worlds with the fort names on them here. I don't always remember. There it is. I don't always remember which world it is. The Realm of Prophecies. Let me. Maybe later tonight. I'm hoping that I can maybe come back and do some more later. But I will probably either get in on some Stardew Valley, check out the new patch, and or maybe play some King of Dragon Pass. I've been trying to get that set up so it looks playable. I think I have to just bite the bullet and have my monitor at 640 by 480 so I can read anything, but I think that might be the best way. Oh crap. Damn, I blame this cat. I blame the temperature being 40s and 50s last couple days. Everything combined to make me the tiredest boy. Okay, so we were. Oops, let me move that out of the way. Okay. I'm trying to. You know what? Hold on. Let me adjust. I'm sat too far back in my seat. That will get painful quick, and also I need to be able to kind of reach around the cat. I think I traded. Oh no, I probably haven't traded. Assume these are elves. Oh, halflings. Okay. Let's see. I was working on the outside, trying to get these quarries in place. Wait. Okay, they're putting walls up. I'm like, wait, why did you do it like this? What? No, you guys have goofed this up serious. Big time. You were supposed to come all the way out here and build the wall like this, but somebody's put this wall in place and now nobody can get over here. Oh, your engineering prowess leaves much to be desired. I guess I have to build a ramp here now. There. I'll make it out of the. I always trade for random blocks from traders just so I have just random things that I can throw down to build structures out of. Production mandate near deadline. Backpacks. Ugh. Damn nobles. I mean, that's not. I guess that's not as bad. So I will briefly share. So I did start it on stream. I think I started a Krundlekin fort, and it's kind of one I've been playing off stream mostly. The Krundlekins are kind of squishy, but I believe they like reproduce a lot faster. And they might even have shorter lifespans in general. Because I've had a few that have just like died all of a sudden. I'll have to look and see if maybe they have like just a real low lifespan. Um, in that fortress, I had just all of a sudden one day a message pop up and said, somebody's the rightful heir. They're now the queen." It's just like, uh? And sure enough, it's the hunt. It was one of the hunters. It was out just shooting things, generally picking on giant tortoises. All of a sudden, just like the queen is out shooting, like hunting for food. It's like, you need to get your ass inside. Which unfortunately means she sits around and demands me to make all kinds of nonsense. What I'm trying to remember what her demands are. Like large gems and leather armor is what frequently pops up from her, and it's just like, okay, fine. And then I so I not only have her there, I have the Baron, the actual Baron that was our noble, is also still there. So I have the Baron who runs that area, the actual royalty, who is just now suddenly the royalty because she inherited the title, and then the mayor is still there too. So I went from having like one occasionally demanding noble to having like three in a series of an hour or two. And I'm just like, oh, great. The royalty is almost always a nuisance. Shocking how that is. A ranger guild has been established. Oh no. I do need to get up. Let's see. Need to get up to here. Oh, the manager's making backpacks. Oh, you stopped making the backpack. What? I need somebody to make the backpack. Oh. I must have brushed by the tavern. The tavern song has started. So I've learned from RimWorld that you have to have access to some cheat menus if you are doing modding or doing modded content, because it doesn't always work right. did not stick around long enough for me to get them out of there. Came out to check on the trade briefly, hung out, and then was like, nah, I gotta get a drink. Grand Guild Hall. Ugh. I suppose I can figure that out, sure. I think this fort has a couple decent engravers. No, not really. In fact, no. I'm wrong on that. It's the downside of playing a lot of different forts is once you're like, ah, yes, I've got that here. Oh, wait, no, I don't have that here. I'm thinking of a different fort. But that's okay. I will slowly remember to maybe not jump around so much. Trade depot, please. Thank you. I think most of the reason why I've been jumping around recently is just that, like, I installed a bunch of mods and then realized that, like, oh, wait, most of these don't work for anything but none of these work for anything but dwarves because dwarves are the default and they don't expect you to play with, or they're not like baked into other civs, so other civs don't have access to them without, extra tampering. I will take your tin and bronze. Random blocks, always fine. Clay, I'll take your log. I always tend to take a lot of raw materials. Like, every log that I take is another one that I don't have to cut down and have to deal with dwarves about, or elves about. Although, I don't think this fort has seen any yet. Triceratops cage. I think I'm set in my dinosaur hunting for now. I've got the various dinos that I would like to use for fort defense and such. Do we have... Got that set. Unfortunately, all their clothing is small, and I don't have any halflings in my fort, so none of that is particularly useful. Oh, right. Let me put these glasses on, so maybe help with my... Okay. Ooh. Let's see. Black sand. Always take all them bags. There's always use for bags, I find. Iron anvil. Got an okay amount of meat and fish. Could take more fish, though. The berries I'll take. Always material for wines. Jeez. Crutches. Alright, bookcase. I always do enjoy having some different colored bookcases and such. Let's see, so... Like I said, I like to go through this category in this mode just because I prefer the way this UI sorts everything by category and to trade stuff back to them. I almost always prefer this just to be able to go through and go like, here's all my valuable stuff. Got a lot of just wool cloth hanging around. That all we brought to the trade? What? Okay, there we go. Now we get into material that's... Because I don't really necessarily want to trade the raw material if I can help it. I will because it has value, but That's cloth that I can turn into even more valuable materials to trade, and or for dwarves to just wear. I'd rather just trade them a bunch of rock stuff. Because rocks I can just find. Rocks are all over the place. Rocks have very little value of their own. Uh, Oh, that llama wool. I could trade them a lot of my lower quality wool as well. Oh good. Bought. I love it. Uh, Anyway, I think that's fine. Oh, okay. Oh. Yeah, I don't think this person is stranded. I think they're just on the top of the stepladder game. Unless no, I just say unless they were trying to get down there and put the Although this also still leaves me the problem of I've just noticed that oh yeah, they can't build they can't put this wall in from below, I don't think. Why can you not get Oh. So they're hold on, did their squad just go on duty? It could be that their squad just went on duty while he was up here doing another job. She was doing another job. So my guess is that she was out harvesting stuff on her stepladder. The month switched over and she kicked into soldier training mode. I gotta go. But for whatever reason, her AI doesn't want to like get her down off the step stool, the step ladder. Just like because it's part. I think the way the step ladder works is it's part of the like gathering fruit job or gathering produce. So because her job has changed in the middle of it, the game's just like, I don't know how to get her down. It's like, I'll have to teleport her down. Well, actually, what I can do is also just construct a ramp underneath her. um, let's just use schist. Because the AI will know what to do about the ramp. I will have to see. Come down here and remove. Wrong thing. Need to remove this ramp. And then I can put the ramp to the square beside it. put the ramp. Actually, what I'll have to do is put a wall here and then the ramp here. And then they can get up on the wall to put that in. And then I can just remove both of them. Putting the ramp in. There. Yep. Oh, okay. Conditions outstanding still. Yes, the Farmer Guild. Let's get upgraded. So our guilds go in over here. I think this is the farmer. Yeah. So we need a lot of value. Do I cheese it and put artifacts in here? Let me see what materials I've got. Bars. Yeah. I don't have much in the way. I've got copper bars. So the problem, there's two ways to really go about it. Either you decorate the crap out of things to put in here to up the value, or the easy mode is just to put a pedestal in there and put really, expensive things in there, like on top of the pedestal, like artifacts or masterwork, masterwork crafts that have been decorated well will also get the value up, really. The easy one is just artifacts, but then you run the risk of it being out in public somewhere where somebody can grab it, which can be a pain, but like, oh, wait. Somebody grab the... Or did they might just not have... They might not have asked for the... I think I put the pedestals in here with the expectation that they will eventually want a grand temple and expensive stuff. So, I can do the same here. Let me see who I've got of a decent enough skill that can... Let's see. It's the floor. Where is my... That one's free. I think this is the metalsmith's shop. What is your skill level at? Your expert weapon. I need a... Statues is blacksmith, which is odd because I would think it would be like metal crafter, but it's blacksmith. So unfortunately, I only have adequate blacksmiths. Competent blacksmith. The problem with this is just that, like, if I go... Well, if I'm making them out of copper, I guess it's not bad because I'm not... Copper isn't, like, super expensive. It won't get me a, like, really expensive object mined, but... It does give me an excuse to, like, get their skill level up as well. Trapping. Is that just for making traps? Trap makers have to... trap folks have to make the traps? Would be my guess. Competent... Blacksmith... let's see if I can... Let's see what we can turn out. See how... Copper statues. I will have you make the copper statues to... So it's a farming guild. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Kind of bad about these things. So the Born Hall is the name of the guild. So you can go in. So related to civilization. So the Born Hall is the Farmers Guild. I will make statues about their guild. There, and that'll be I'm sure that will be appreciated. Sure, there will be no problems. Me making statues to farmers. I mean, they should love that. Merchants are leaving. Llama has given birth. Bunch of sparring. Milk and animals. Alright, I need to go back out here. This is one of the things about Dwarf Fortress is you just start getting into this constant juggle of things that you need to take care of because you were working on them and then something else comes up and you need to go take care of the first thing again. So I need to put a wall on the ground right here. Right next to the schist block. In fact, we'll use the schist block for the wall. And then I can put a ramp beside it so they can get up and finish the rest of the second floor there. And just gypsum rock. I'm gonna take it all down when I'm done anyway, so not a problem. In the future, I will probably remember to just put the wall down and build it like that, like this from the beginning. That way I don't have to come back out and then just go, oh, I have to remove this and build one of these later. I need to remember to do that. Save some time later on. Also, I should have another quarry going in somewhere. The only reason I... Let's see where to go. The only reason I didn't like rebuild it again real quickly was that I think somebody ran off with the corkscrew right after I dismantled it. And so it was tied up in somebody's possession. Okay, let us get some... Let's mine some geodes. Let's mine some tin. Just have everybody working a few geodes and tin jobs. You know what? I also... Let's try sedimentary rocks just to see what all they pick up. I think that's just any like upper layer stone potentially. Which is fine. Yeah, we're still working on the guild hall, my guys. I think I did, however, in this fortress just get... Where's it at? I did just get this stockpile up and going so I can start decorating all this stuff. Slapping jewels and shells and etc. on these things. Since they are all base level masterwork crafts, I can start throwing gems and such on them. In fact, Oops. Hopefully maybe I was coming into it muted because the OBS was set up that way. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but something in OBS crashed, and so OBS crashed. But I should be back up and going. Make a copper statue. An image of what? The are traveling. Weird. Some entity without a. Huh. Confused as to what it's like trying to reference that it doesn't have an entity for. Because we're playing dwarves. So I'm not sure why it wouldn't just say, hey, the dwarves are traveling, by the way. Like, yes? This, okay. It's like, it does remind me of, so, in older versions, an all ASCII version, the like coloration, the clothing and stuff, or the icon color was closer matched to what their job classification was. So like animal dissectors or animal related jobs are sort of a greenish color, but so are gym cutters. Oddly, there's not really any separation between the gym color, the gym cutter colors, and the animal colors. But Masons were like white color. The farmer related ones are a browner tone. Red is for the siege engineer and general engineering, like pump operator, that sort of thing. Clothing, I think, was blue. Is that right? Seems about right. Or purple? Or are they blinking purple because they're legendary? Well, it is purple. Yeah, I guess it's purple. Purple job. Listen, lady. You're a weaver. Don't. Please put some clothes on your baby. You can make clothes. It's your job to make clothes. Just slap some clothes on the baby. Oh no, what's going on? Haven't gotten anything. Stacked cloth, shining bars of metal. We've got plenty of that. Pictures of skeletons. Do you just not have bones? We not have bones in this fort. Could just be that we don't have bones. Let's see. Bones? We don't have bone. We've turned it all into crafts, perhaps. So, it's not a hard one to fix. We've got plenty of turkeys. We can make more bones by taking someone else's bones. We'll just borrow them for a little while, though. They don't, they won't really need the bones. I'm trying to keep an eye out for nest boxes that are getting filled back up, because I do need to keep some hens with eggs, or at least with fertile eggs, since we are starting to harvest some turkeys. They don't. They claimed and already laid their eggs. I'm not sure. It doesn't. Okay, yeah, it's just bones. We didn't have any bones ready. The moody dwarf has taken off to grab them. I need to get the... the engravers. I need to get them more practice. Like I said, engraving is one of those things that's like super easy to get, or to like inflate the value of things by engraving it and having good engravings on it. But it's also, it just takes up a lot of time and space for dwarves to get skill at it. If they don't have it, it just takes a lot of work. Moody dwarf, now what do you need? No, wait. So you got cloth. Ah, bones. Stacked cloth. Shining bars of metal, you should have... Oh, unless they might need more cloth than just one piece. And they might just want silk. No, you've got multiple pieces of silk. It also tends to be... So, stacked cloth, it's not there for very long, so... He needs a lot of shining bars of metal, it seems. But that shouldn't stop him from... Stop him from getting more. Because I know I have bars. I don't... I'm... let me see. I think... Secretive Moods... Bismuth. I probably do not have access to bismuth. Unless we can mine it out of quarries. Okay, we'll see if we can mine some bismuth out of quarries. Ranger Guild also wants a place. That shouldn't be too hard. We've got the setup for it. Guild Hall, the Ranger Guild. You put smooth the stone. Doors in. You can usually get by pretty easy early on just by smoothing and engraving if the space is big enough. Although you can also really easily get away with, especially if you have a bunch of metal, just slapping down a bunch of metal on the floor. He's gathering items again. So wait. What is he after then? Unless somebody was like hauling the bones around. No, because bones wasn't after cloth, it was bars. What are you doing? Unless it could have been that maybe somebody was making this whole cloth and so it was being picked up and moved, which is possible. So since we don't have a lot of silk, somebody may have already had that in their possession. Anything that has this little marker, yeah, see it says will not is tagged as a item for being used in a task and will not be used by other tasks. So this basically means that this cloth does not exist in the fortress currently because it's being used. So if somebody else were to like randomly go into needing materials, none of this stuff exists as far as the game, as far as any dwarves are concerned. Why do you pick up lignite to make stuff with? Come on, dang it. I would force. I don't really want to cheese it though. I could force them to like pick up other rocks, but I'm fine. I'm fine with them making goofy things out of coal because they're goofy creatures. So that's built. Let's come down here and let's remove these real quick. Remove all this. So I can build the wall here and put build a wall, it's fine. Ow, my bones. Oh, right. Probably should. Is my phone in my pocket? Need to keep an eye on the little group chat, just in case something changes with board gaming things. Do its thing. It's gotta be over there in my blanket somewhere then. Balls. Right. Fine, 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 fine. I'll get up and get it once the cat is off me. When I take a break at some point. Maybe the cat might not ever actually climb off me. It is just cold enough that the cat has been glued to me. The last couple of days have been like that. Just like anytime it gets down to even like the 40s or even the 50s, really, immediately like I get glued to. The cat does not want to move, even though I'm not. I'm definitely not that warm. I need to build. So my plan, I believe, is to. Oh. Spry Palace, you say? A cave spider silk shoe. Fine. The idea I was having is to. I think I'll put the like a tavern out here on the side of the fortress here. That way, like outsiders will come to hang out at the outside tavern first and foremost. And that way I can also put the I can put like fishing spots out here for fishermen to fish in the tavern. Unfortunately, the mist does not. They do not get a any sort of bonus out of the mist. For whatever reason, they don't like seawater. They are fine with like fresh water falling on their heads, but seawater, no, not so much. This powered 3D. Okay. Okay. As far as these go, let's see if I've made any of those statues yet. Got them done already? I I don't I don't enjoy that all these statues are junk quality, but I can put the. I thought I turned that on. I can put the fine quality ones in. Well, it won't be enough to get us to guild hall or grand guild hall status, especially with copper. If it were platinum, platinum tends to up it several hundreds at a time. It can be, especially if you get a higher level statue, you can throw like 4 platinum statues in a thing and just be done with it if your blacksmith is good. Unfortunately, my blacksmith is not good. Neither is my awakeness. My awakeness is not good. Making some. You know what? I'm not sure. Do I have a display? I do have some silver pedestals. I put those out there. Let's go through, and this gives us practice. So we will definitely practice up engraving. Now, I don't know that I want to put, like, legendary objects in here, because, like I said, putting stuff in here does... I mean, I guess it's better than putting it at a tavern. I know that much. As fun as it is putting artifacts in the tavern and having people admire them, it also means that, like, everybody who comes in as a visitor can be like, oh, hey, nice artifact amulet you've got sitting there. Thanks. It's very easy for them to, especially if they're there to steal it. They're just like, oh, cool, it's right here. Amazing. I'm on it. And they'll just run off with it. An image of something in so it has to be in of dwarves, I assume. The game knows that it is a group setting, at least. Why is this the item is a well-designed image something. Alright, release the acceptance of the dwarf as a member of the Bowling Hall. So somebody just became a member of the guild. But wait, are they not? Are they not a dwarf? No, they're a dwarf. So I don't know. Something weird going on as far as definitions go. That's fine though. Let's see. We have Megaloceros being born, which is nice. Okay, I get it. What's the value sitting at? 42.73. Mm, I oh, I was going to briefly check out what's so fancy about this family heirloom shoe. $9,000 shoe. I don't know about this. This is a cave spider silk shoe. All craft workmanship is of the highest quality. It is encircled with bands of apple wood and oval lignite cabochons. It is made from cave spider silk cloth. This object is adorned with hanging rings of silver and menaces with spikes of turkey bone. I don't know that you want your footwear menacing with spikes of anything, especially bone. On the image, on the item is an image of Lukey stab friend. uh, that's a. I mean, it's an Ixtid harvester, which is one of the bug people, and a dinosaur. So the bug people, one of the bugs are getting struck down by a dinosaur, the Metrodon. Artwork relates to the killing of the Ixtid harvester by a Dimetrodon in the stormy ocean at the early or winter of 52 during the incinerated assaults. On the item is an image of Avu's balanced roads, the dwarf, and dwarves and cave spider silk. Avu's balanced roads is surrounded by dwarves. The artwork relates to the ascension of the dwarf Avu's balanced road to the position of Baroness of the Tome of Coincidence in 8. On the item is an image of a pearl millet plant in silver. On the item is an image of Luavo shot call, the chameleon, and a Yangchuanosaurus. Yang, it's probably, so it's Chinese, so it's probably like Yangchuanosaurus. Yangchuanosaurus. The Yangchuanosaurus is striking down Luavo shot call. Chameleon got killed by a Yangchuanosaurus in the stormy oceans in the mid-autumn of 53 during development. What is this? Why is this shoe like? This shoe is just littered with 900 different combat scenarios going on that. The item also has an image of Wamuk Truthmeat, the halfling, and a brass dragonkin. The brass dragonkin is striking down Wamuk Truthmeat. It's the killing of the one and by a brass dragonkin in the stormy ocean in the early spring of 53. The attack of chaos. Like this one shoe has 3 different like combat outcomes drawn on the shoe. It's like a mural of several different combats have happened on the shoe, and also like a small plant. It's a pearl millet, which is like I think what they make birds feed with these days. It used to be sort of like a peasant food or a farmer grain, but I'm pretty sure mostly gets used for bird seed these days. Anyway, yeah. That's a wild shoe. So I could theoretically put the ring in there on top of it. I'm actually kind of tempted to put this. No, it's not even worth that much. Never mind. As I say, I'm tempted to just put this. What is that? A hatch door in there because the hatch doors I don't use much of. I wouldn't put an artifact one out somewhere. So I'm tempted to just put that there, but it's not worth very much. Bauxite bracelet. Nobody's sitting with this thing. I will put that there for now until we get somebody who is qualified to make decent gear. Until we get somebody who can make decent statues, and I can slap some like really good platinum, or even just some good furniture in there with gems on it. Something with some value to it. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to move, cat. I'm blaming the cat. The cat's weight is dragging me downwards in the chair to too much of a recline. It's definitely that, and not that I'm like trying to back into the chair and be. Oh, goat kid, what are you doing? Why are you hungry? Why is your owner not feeding you? Where is O'Neill? What are you doing, O'Neill? I might just move the animal to I wish I knew which one it was. Not that one, it's the other one. The owner is just in there listening to stories. Is the owner in here? Because usually the pets are not too far away from their owners. Unless they're cats. Cats love to just take off. No, I guess not. Well, I'm gonna put you in this pin up here. Just so... No, I'll wait. His owner should feed him. If not, it'll yell at me that an animal is starving somewhere, and I can just slide the animal into the pin. Utah raptor meat. Got a lot of stuff up here. Reindeer's milk pot. I do... Farmer? Farmer. I do want to make some cheese. Make a few wheels of cheese while we're hanging around. We do have a bunch of masterwork stuff getting made. I do. So I've got craft dwarfs here. I want to put. Let's put a stoneworker. Right. So I'm putting a stoneworker over here specifically to crack geodes, and then I'm putting one here specifically to decorate. Decorate these things here with either bone or shell or etc. to get their value up as well. Let's see. So workshops, we will put a stoneworker. Jet and a craft dwarf shop in Jet. That way they can very specifically be working on those two tasks and not take any. So let's get rid of the general work orders. Don't need them. Same with this. No general work orders. You will take items from here. I just have to tell them which piles to take stuff from. Take stuff from here. This is just going to be the decoration station. Okay. And this is just for cracking geodes. So I have mostly semi-precious and ornamental. I don't think I have any of the other ones. Yeah. So I'll just tell them to Open ornamental. Open semi-precious until you are out of those to do. Ooh. Let's see. Just gotta. I have to keep it. I'm intentionally keeping an eye on the time today because like I said, I might be taking off at about. Let's see, like 2 hours, a little under 2 hours. There's talk of playing some Gloomhaven. I will probably sit and watch for a little bit just to like regain my brains as far as how to play that game goes. I have not played in for a while. Rough rock crystals. Nice. Your animals completed. A bunch of fancy cloth getting made. I do want to work on... I do have wool. Let's... Wait a minute. Yarn. Okay. I'm like, is it not called wool? No, it's yarn. Let's make yarn cloaks. And let's also make some yarn robes. No, let's make some yarn mittens. We are in a cold location. It is probably good to have a decent number of these things. Let's do that. I do have... Oh, yeah. I need furniture. I do need to put more... I think I'll put the bookcases and stuff over here, actually. My thought process is perhaps so this is going to be sort of the library. It's got the laboratory in it as well. But the library, I'm thinking I might actually replace some of these walls, replace them with like windows, put some clear glass in perhaps. That way we have a clear glass window out into the caverns below. An interesting view for librarians to be studying the denizens of the cavern system, of which there are not many at the moment, actually. Are the reptile men still there? They are. There's a giant olm somewhere, just hanging out. We have not ventured into the dark. So out of all that work, we only got one thing at Bismuntine. I guess that happens. We will need... I think I need more picks overall, though. I think they are slightly lacking in iron picks. Okay, so we've got we've got that in place. I need a ramp. Put the gypsum in there. And then I can start building the gabbro brick wall back. Oh, I gotta wait for the them to finish the ramp. Hold on, I gotta set up my bones, my buns. I'm not sitting particularly well on this cushion either, I don't think. My tailbone is particularly like overly sensitive. And so I have to kind of sit on a specific shaped cushion that supports the tailbone. Not like the best, not the best cushion ever. So it takes a little adjustment to get comfortable on. And even then, like I can't sit on it for too long. Oh yeah, bro. Locks. Yeah. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Actually, I can put... Should be able to put that one there. Yeah. Okay. So we've got... Is anybody... we've got a little bit of decorating going on, though. Are you I don't think you can encrust... Yeah, it's not that. I don't think you can encrust artifacts with more stuff. It's just still sitting there. Nobody's bothered to move it. This is more often than not the furniture stockpile is always full. The goat kid? Yeah. Okay. Your owner is negligent. Put you in the... Put you in the pen with the other animals so that you can eat. Not very good at their job. Attached to an iron shield. Early autumn. I really do need to get some more rock supplies ready for when the ice hits. So I can dig out some more support pillars for this thing. For our little sea platform, I guess. Our ocean fort is what it'll be. Once we get it all up and going. Have some ibuprofen. Yeah. I don't know. It's tempting, but switch over from for months. Everybody's swapping jobs out. Somebody's taking okay. Somebody is taking the goat kid with them. Thankfully. There you go. Hooray. The goat kid can now eat the mushrooms. No longer starving. Okay. Animals grown to become a stray ankylosaurus. We've got a few of them in here. Have any more fertile eggs? That one's not fertile. Not fertile. Not fertile. Also, I will come in here and grab those eggs then. We will, however, Make sure that all these ankylos are set to this pin. Just so they don't go run around the fortress. So we've got just one Megaloceros fawn. Okay. The Iguanodons don't have doors, so any eggs that they lay end up getting stolen, I'm sure. Just put some doors in place. Protect the eggs from dwarf hunting. Somebody just throwing their llama wool cloak on the floor? What are you doing? That's a nice quality llama wool cloak. I probably just got done making that, in fact. Dimple cups. Well, I'll put sweet pods in instead. Big tails. Bugs, you say? Wait, what? That's not... Huh. Well, let's see. Are both my squads ready to go? Let's see. You guys are here training. They're only competent. They're not great. Let's send this squad up then. I think they should be able to handle it. What is going on? They're fighting? No, dwarven wine. Huh. Who else is here? You? This drone axeman is trying to get away. No. No. I suggest going to chase him down just because he left. Okay. I was going to say, just in case there are more of them running around outside the fortress somewhere. Let's go. Let's make a quick, like, station over here. Just to make sure there's none hiding around the other side of the base here. And if there's none, I'll just let him get back to the barracks. What are you doing running out way? Oh, never. Well, I guess if you were all the way over here doing something, I'm guessing you know there are no more bug folks running around. You guys can go back. I should be able to, let's put like a corpse stockpile here. Corpses. I will like customize this though. We don't want. I guess technically you do want some, like, corpses and body parts. The rest of the stuff goes to the stockpiles to be used if they can be used, so... I'll just leave this here, and that way... This should be able to... take from there... I guess they technically do need to take from... a stockpile with fuel in it. You know what? I will make a fuel stockpile up top. Can I put it here? Put bars. Bowl. And I want you to take them from another stockpile. Leave it's here. Take it from this stockpile. Thank you. And then that way I can have them take from the stockpile. And this will be... Oh, right. Don't have any fuel because it's not in the stockpile. And the fort is just like, I don't know what you need. It's not in any other stock. Once you assign it to a stockpile like this, or set it to only take from a stockpile, it decides that nothing else in the fort exists. And just that stockpile and this stockpile are the only things that are important, which is kind of the way you want it to be set up. But it also means that they can't do anything until somebody gets some fuel up to this spot. So we are sitting here waiting for that to happen. Hold on. I guess I need to extend this stockpile because it is already filled with bugs. Hopefully somebody's hauling some fuel up to the stockpile. Okay, well, we need work order. I'll put another order of Bismuntine here. 25. Do I just not have... You mean you hauled a lot of coke up there, but that's fine. Corpse fragments. Do not have... does this not count as a full corpse? No. Oh, that's just a... This is a caravan. Cave crocodiles fighting. What do you mean they're... I'm not sure what... Unless it's like these boulders. If these boulders are in the way. Let me see if I can just dig these boulders out. Maybe they're griping about the boulders being in the way or something. Try to dig it out underneath them. Sure. You're making an awful lot of coke, or sorry, making an awful lot of like small amounts of ash. But it doesn't seem like you're burning any bodies. So the crematorium might be not a working mod. Let's see if that. Okay, so those are buried. Let's put floors in place. Floor. Schist blocks. Schist blocks. I don't think there's anything in the way that would stop them from getting down to here. And it seems pretty straightforward. Okay. The world is the same as it. So, toss me some wood. Toss me all the, like, mushroom woods. I always do enjoy a good, funky mushroom-colored tree. What else do we got? Pets. I think we're good on the animal front for the time being. I do want some either steel or pig iron. And platinum. Platinum's good. Goblets and prepared meals. Okay. Oh, okay. Why? I probably should have set their storage a little differently so they don't haul like a dozen crates of coke up here. Hey, monkey. How's it going? Somebody's doing a thing. They're using the crematorium. It is like kind of bugged out, but they're not actually cremating any of these bodies. They're just. It seems like they're just burning coal coke into ash. It's kind of weird. This is the dwarven like oceanside fort, regular old dwarf fort, but with some mods. So, for instance, I have this quarry mod. The crematorium is also a mod that, like I'm mentioning, is not working particularly correctly. I don't think. Some other stuff. I can make dwarf pizzas. Chicken nuggets. Well, nuggets of a certain food type. I can make dwarf pizza. It's just a flavor thing, basically. By default, so if you come down to come down to the food area. If you come down to the food area, the kitchens, by default, let's say a lavish meal is usually a roast. In default, it's a roast. You can make a stew, and I think easy meals are just like biscuits. With this mod, basically just kind of makes a broader category of things that count as lavish meals. So you can also make pizzas. You can make lasagnas. You can make, let's see, I think like wraps, like flatbread wraps, sort of things. Like, so it's just a flavor thing. It just adds extra stuff that your fort can do. It doesn't necessarily change much, other than the fact that it says a different thing. But I was like, oh hey, that sounds kind of cool. Just having things that aren't just all 900 different stews. 900 different roasts. Oh, I can have a pizza that's made out of just leaves and mushrooms. One trader is ready to trade. I do need to move some bins up here. Bin. So this is the pricey item bin right here. I don't know if I want to bring that up yet or not. That's probably got an artifact in it, I would bet. Let's see, I do have... I'll bring a few gems up there. Let's bring some armor up as well. There's bound to be some of that stuff that's just junk that needs to be traded away anyway. Go down and see. Ooh. So, somebody's cooking. Oh, that's the still, sorry. Got lavish meals queued up. Nobody is set to do them yet. Wait, is it because he's... that's why. I will instead then have somebody from here do that. That's kind of the bummer of... Oh. You were the one that, like, fell asleep and, like, rolled over with your face buried down in the blanket. Not me. Goofy cat. Hopefully somebody will come along and prepare some lavish meals and we can see if we make any pizza or lasagna or... Hey, at least we're getting some massive deer. I will take the massive deer. Cap hopper remains. How? That must be of. Oh, you know what? They could be. As I say, it must be what the same sort of. So once you crack the caverns, you basically get spores that will cover. So like normally this would just be clay. There would be nothing growing here at all. But once you crack the caverns, all the soil layers can get covered by the ground fungus from the caverns. And so that's how you get ground that can be used like outdoors. It could be used for pasture land inside. I mean, basically all your animals are just eating floor mushrooms. Nutritious fungus. But if you don't crack the caverns, then all this stuff is just, useless dirt. You can maybe farm in it. But my guess is that when you crack the cavern, you also get the cavern vermin popping up here, which that cap hopper is typically an underground or a cavern vermin. So they must be lurking about the fort, and somebody's cat grabbed one and brought it to somebody else. The cats don't care that they leave dead bodies in stockpiles that they shouldn't be. They are fine with doing just that. It seems like nobody uses other quarries but this one. All that mining in the quarry only got us one more bismuth. It's not the most efficient way to spend your time, but that's, excuse me. That's what the quarries are for. They're just kind of a potential chance to get more resources in small amounts. Oh hey. More giant deer. We've got a few of them in here. I do. Let's see. Probably. Which one of them? Don't really need that one. Don't really need that one. I'm kind of tempted to get this one butchered, and I thought there was another one that had a bunch of orange traits. Is it just that one? This one? No. Maybe it is just that one. Okay. This one only has an orange trait, so if I want to turn them into potential war or hunting animals, I would like them to be higher quality. At the very least, like no negative skills. Negative traits, I guess. Oh. Hold on, let me check and see. How much... What sort of stuff do you get from butchering a Ankylosaurus? Decent amount of meat, some scales. It's not bad. Not sure. Okay, I was gonna say, I know all that hide doesn't turn into like one piece of leather each. All right. So, I want to get. Oh, wait. Hold on. Where's my? There we go. I've been dilly-dallying around too much. The trader's going to leave. No, don't eat. I'd like to get this lumber off these folks before they take off. Hmm? Okay. Trade at the depot. Do the trade at the depot. Okay. So, I'll take the bars. Like I said, I generally will take the random blocks for building stuff with. Raw glass is okay. A lot of logs. Helmet snake, bone jimmies. Probably like Gimmis, I would guess, not Jimmy's. But Fungawood Cash. Magloceros, we don't need more of. We got a decent amount of drink. Excuse me. All the yawns. Ugh. I am composed 35% of yawns today, it seems. Through no fault of my own. Let's see. I could. Some nice steel boots would be very handy. See if I can get some steel boots off these guys. That way I don't have to make them myself. And I mean, they're not. They're, you know, they're okay quality. They're base quality or fine quality, but that's still better than a bunch of the gear that I've probably got sitting around. Same with these gauntlets. Okay. Bags. Said I love to just take the bags because I can always find uses for them. Cheap bags anyway. I'm not gonna go chasing after expensive wool bags just to fill sand in them. Some large gems. Not bad. I'll see if I can get that ruby while I'm at it, actually. We've got some plum pellets. I'm tempted to take the plum pellets just so we always have a stockpile of seeds sitting around. I'll grab some splints and crutches just so I don't, you know, have a need for them at some point and then forget to make any. Just have a few backup just in case. I could grab some parchment. Let's grab a few parchment sheets real quick. Okay, so we've got that. And like I said, I tend to go over to this side for the trading stuff. Don't really need large steel helms or that. Large armor is not something I can use unless I just happen to have, you know, humans or larger sized inhabitants. And I don't think this fort has anybody of that sort yet. So you have a bunch of stuff that I can train. Copper shield? No, might as well get rid of that anyway. Copper shields are junk. I mean, it's better than no shield, but still. Oh, no, I don't want to trade rough gems. Okay, I guess I just wanted to come up here and trade. Let's trade a few of these breastplates. the lower quality stuff I can trade. Because I'd much rather equip my folks with better gear, so I might as well trade the lesser stuff off. I mean, do I have to trade all of this? I'm not trading them. I don't really want to trade them any artifacts. I could trade them this iron cauldron that we're not using. Oh, wait. Large bronze chains leggings, not useful to us. No problem. I figure a lot of folks that do pop in or are hanging out in chat, whatever, are mostly lurking anyway. And Dwarf Fortress is one of those kinds of things. It's generally pretty chill unless you are like intentionally curious about specific things about the fortress or like wanting to name things. Like it's definitely one of those games that I can see a lot of folks just having chill in the background and hanging out with. I suppose that's probably true of most like colony sim type games. There's not like a ton of stuff going on until bam, something hits PvP and Splatoon. Gotcha. My current larger scale aims. So the immediate plans. Let me trade this real quick. Seems ecstatic. I didn't have to trade all that. Butts to you. That's fine though. I can make more stuff. So, and immediately they leave. They're like, "We got it. We got the goods. We get out of here." Oh, somebody just gave birth. So the immediate plans are to finish this laboratory area. I would like to get a library going in here, a proper library. I need to also get down to a safe space in the cavern layer down here. Like I've been digging down lower. I would like some lower entry point to where we can come in and check out some of the cavern stuff. Laboratory. Let's see. So the caverns, like I've got a bunch of cavern space down here that's revealed, but it's not a particularly great looking cavern. Like it is very vertical in the way that all these spaces are. Like this is the actual ground floor, but this is some. Let's see, hold on. This starts at like, so down here, 52, 53, 54, 55. But like this is the top of the cavern, like way up here. So, in fact, our fortress is kind of part of the top of the cavern. Up in like 25. So this is, 30 floors of just open ceiling here, doing nothing. Very vertical cavern area. I'm thinking we can probably find some way to use the caverns. I do enjoy building stuff down here, but there's some sphalerite. Like, I'd like to get down here and maybe pick around at some of this stuff, but we'll have to design a way to get down from, like, probably go right here, in fact, from there down to this staircase, like, dig a way out to here, so we can start poking around down here. But the library is first and foremost. I've got most of this upper tavern, or the upper area here set. I will, in the future, and this, again, a lot of this just requires more stone. So, future plans, there's going to be like another tavern out here. I'll probably put one on the ocean side here, extended out so that it is kind of sheltered from the outer walls, but it'll like kind of plaster the tavern onto the side of the fortress walls here. That way, visitors can come in. Any outsiders that come in will likely come to this tavern first. Plus, the fisher dwarves can hang out in the tavern and fish from inside the tavern into the ocean. Because I can kind of just build a platform out, and then fishers can fish through like metal grates and such. They can, as long as they have access to the water beneath, they can fish from on top of essentially floor grates. And so I can put the tavern here. The fishers will be protected, and they can hang out and listen to performances and get easy access to alcohol. In fact, I'd like to try and see if, since they are inside the fortress, or sorry, since they are inside the tavern, normally the tavern keeper will just give alcohol to anybody who's in the tavern. And so I'm thinking that if they are fishing, if they're doing their fishing jobs inside the tavern keeper will still come up and give them alcohol while they're fishing, which, you know, most fishermen tend to have alcohol with them. That's a very typical thing, but it would be nice to also just have somebody to give it to. So, like, the Crab Fortress, I would give the fishing job to people who had negative thoughts, negative emotions going on, because they could go out, hang out by the tavern, see all the performances, and the waterfall would fall on them, and they would get, you know, bonuses to move there too. And so I'm kind of hoping to set up a similar thing here, although I won't have the mist of a waterfall, unfortunately. Then from the tavern, the tavern will be on this ground floor, but I will then I'm hoping to build a platform out over here, out to this sea area. And because the ocean freezes during the winter here, I can drop in these like little support pillars, and I'm gonna just make like a grid of probably 12, maybe 16 of these little square pillars, and this will be a platform that we can build the sort of a suspended castle in the ocean, just on top of this platform out here in this corner. And maybe in the future sometime we will move a bunch of the fortress operations from down underground up here onto this platform. That'll take some time. Like, I will need a lot of gabbro bricks. Hey, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. I do have the follows listed as anonymous currently, just in case, just for lurkers hanging out in chat and just wanting to keep an eye on things, hang out. Thanks for popping in, Ninjin. Cool. I think I still have links to the little gecko 3D rendering was done by KP. I think she goes by like Caitlin. What's the name of that software? Parsec. I believe there's still a link down to her her stuff on there. I have broached the caverns, actually. In fact, I did it pretty early, which is kind of a benefit to me, I guess. So, when I first started out, this floor here, I had planned on going down to like here. The caverns. I mean, I guess that's probably true, yeah. Yeah, because here's the top of it up in here at -10. So technically I was at... So I... Initially, I dug down to here, and I was going to put a bunch of the main floor stuff in here, but I kept running into aquifer squares all over, and I'm just like, I'm not going to sit around and screw with having to smooth everything out in the aquifer to build things here. So I was just like, okay, fine, I'll just go down deeper. And so I got down far enough to where I got to spaces that didn't have aquifers. And I was just like, okay, you know what? I'll set up here, and I hit the cavern here, which I walled back off immediately but this cavern is pretty vertical. Like I was just telling Monkey a second ago. So like it's, yeah, like I said, the top of the caverns is way up here at 10, but the cavern itself, like the real bottom of it, isn't until like 53, 54. So it's a very vertical cavern. Just goes all the way down to, let's say 56. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't mind it. That's not too bad, although it's not super useful to, or super conducive to like building anything out here. Like I'm not gonna move animals down here to make larger pastures or anything, because it's all oddly spaced. I would like to kind of poke around down here just to get some of this, the ore and gems and such that are hanging out, but I don't see a lot of... I haven't seen a lot of, let's say, obsidian or any, like, really pricey gems that make me want to pop out and mess around with it too much. So I haven't been messing around with that too much. Not too much yet. Like I said, I've got other things already in motion, and I'm just like, you know what, I'll wall that off. I'll deal with the caverns later. So, but what it did do is, because I broached that cavern so early, I could, you know, I got all this fungus hanging around, and so now I've got all kinds of pastures and such going on down here with my MS Paint dinosaurs. And I do have a few barracks in here. I found some space that isn't littered with aquifers up higher. That way I can keep some of the trained soldiers closer to the surface for now. Maybe in the future I will move a barracks or two down lower if we start, you know, hanging out in the depths of the earth. But for now, most of the problems are outside, out here. But yeah, so my plan is to build out onto this ocean, because the ocean freezes in the winter. So I'm gonna kind of just drop these support pillars into the ocean, dig and put these, you know, Gabbro block towers in place. I'll probably build... I'm thinking of building... I think I ought to put 16 out here. Just four rows of 4. And then we'll build the larger castle structure on top of it. It will just, however, take a lot of stone mining and time to put all that stuff in place. I just finally got a stockpile set up so that I can slap gems and bones and shells and whatnot on my masterwork stuff. We can inflate the... Yeah. Well, and that's... that was... I'm trying to think. One of the other fortresses It was the... Oh, I was playing a Krundlekin fortress, and the Krundlekin were just blazing through stone like nobody's business. And I couldn't... Or I had to constantly go down and mine out a bunch of cavern wall. Yeah, I do have a few mods on. This is just the this is a normal dwarf fort, but I do have like the quarry mod, and the I have a laboratory down here to fool around with, just to see what's going on with, funky making aluminum and chromite bars and titanium. But so far, I haven't gotten too invested into these. Quarries are just like, hey, you can waste some time here and maybe you'll get a thing. So I'm just like, oh, okay, all right. And you can only put them on the surface, so. And then I do have this crematorium, but I think the crematorium is broken. Because it just seems to turn whole Coke bars into dozens of small bars of 1% ash. I've got thousands of small piles of ash doing nothing. I wanted it just so I could not have to deal with all these body piles like this. I don't want to have to build another atom smasher or, dig away into lava and melt them down or something, but the crematorium doesn't seem to work properly. Which is a shame. Unfortunate, but I also need to maybe trim a few of these llamas down, getting a bit populous there. And then a bunch of these are just sort of for war training, hunting training. Get some raptors out there, some ankylosaurus. And then I'm not sure what to do with these giant deer, but yeah, it is. So again, I don't. I laugh about the MS Paint dinosaurs, but I've also said specifically like if I were the one making this mod, I would probably do the same thing because I think they. I don't know if they just translated it from an older mod and an older, or back in the older thing. Yeah, I was just like, well, and they did like the mod has like 500, almost 600 creatures or something. It's like 560. So it's got a lot of creatures. So I'm just like, you know what? I ain't gonna fault you. Put all this stuff into this game. That's hundreds and hundreds of lines of text that you're editing. I get it that you don't want to like also have to draw high quality sprites. It's kind of absurd. It'd be a lot of work. But I'm sure that's also a thing that will get added in the future too. I did see some talk in the um, mod discussion area about somebody wanting to do better art for it. Yeah, that's I I would. Part of me has always wanted to kind of sit down and tinker with art and do more like pixely art stuff, but other parts of me have been just really bad at like focusing on anything. Is this person like? Hold on. Oh, it's a dwarf child. I'm like, is this dwarf child just running around naked except for a cloak? And yes, other than a cloak and some mittens, this child is running around naked. Thank you. Hmm. Dwarven children. Nothing but trouble. So that's. I don't think there's any of them here. The thing that really gets me, like I dig these. Yeah, I like some of them. I'm like, okay, yeah, I can live with this. Like it's cool, but then let me stop a second, real quick. Let me save. I'll go back to the other. the title screen real quick. I probably only have about a little under an hour left before I need to go. Potentially go. I will double check to make sure. Let's check the group text to see if we are doing board games or not today. But the thing that like always the thing that was getting me, because I kind of just threw in a bunch of different Civ mods at the same time, along with it's called Primal, which is like all the prehistoric creatures. It's not just dinosaurs; it's like fish and all those large deer, things like that are in there. There's some like oversized penguins, etc. But the thing is that so if I will make sure not to unpause this. Or you know what? I will unpause it, but I won't save it because I will show off the humorous bug that happens in this fortress. Just in case you have not been here before and seen the the bonkers insanity of the lizard folk fortress. Because the lizard folk mod, so the lizard folk fortress has things like this. Thank you, dog. Has things like these quaddles. Quaddles looking nice. Carnosaurs looking nice. Let me zoom in on it a little bit more. You know, nice looking sprite work. Troglodon looking okay. Horned one. I think that's just the Carnosaur with some extra horns. And then you have like this Stegosaurus, and it's just like, okay. It's a little like it's jarring that you're like, hey, these creatures are probably pretty similar in size and shape and overall like makeup. Ripperdactyl, like this is, you know, it's just like I want to go back. I want to actually go into the mod and like, hey, just use this sprite work, but it does. I don't know. It's just kind of see the like mammoths and stuff are all part of that mod too. The mammoths, I don't know. They just look like they have a little bit more detail to them. It's kind of just a little all over the place. I guess would be my complaint. This is just like I said, and being somebody, if you've played for a while, like I too played in the days when all this stuff would just be giant D, giant D, giant D, giant D, and it'd just be, you know, a color. Like, oh, okay, well, you know, this obviously doesn't matter in that kind of context. You're like, yeah, it would just be a giant D otherwise. So that it looks like a dinosaur at all is an improvement. But also, like I said, this fort also has uh, so I don't know if it's probably just the world gin or the area that I've picked. This particular fort has all kinds of visitors from all over the place. So I've got, you know, these Iranese, I've got humans, I've got Nagas, I've got Dragonkin. Who else do I got? I don't know if I still have the random trained trolls, but I do have some. But the other forts, at least the one I'm working on there, does not seem to have a lot of visitors to it. And I haven't really looked into the world gin too much to figure out what's going on there. Is confused. I also do love that the trolls are always distracted. So no matter what, they want to do these things, but then they just kind of wander around your fortress mostly. And sometimes they are helpful. Anyway, oh yeah, sorry. Also, I will show off the bug that happens in this fortress. Let's unpause real quick. Maybe? Okay. Alright, so people have spontaneously caught fire for some reason. That is what I said. So let's see. If I'm correct, is it not you? Well, so let me see if I can find it. You don't have it. So you'll notice that there's all kinds of like boiling material in the air, boiling shell steel. For whatever reason, something has like superheated. As soon as I unpause it, something superheated just starts melting things. So there's boiling Gila Monster and boiling shell steel in the air. It could be, well, so here's the thing though. In any of the other fortresses I have, or that like the dwarf fortress, the crab fortress that I play, none of the other ones have this issue. It's just this fortress. So unless it was something specific to the lizard folk themselves that got patched out later on, but I've updated that stuff. My working theory was that no, you don't have it. Okay, maybe my working theory is wrong then. So when I first ran into this problem, the issue was specific to. Let me see if I can bring it up. The issue was specific to thread. What's this? Temp, fix stable temp. Let's see if it'll tell me. I believe it'll tell you what the. So thread for some reason is. I'm trying to figure out if this is just saying that this much thread is out of whack or if that's the temperature values. Because the what it seemed to be doing was that every time I'd unpause, the stitches in people's bodies, like that had gone to the doctors, the stitches were the first things that would catch fire. And so anybody that had stitches in would spontaneously combust. And if you clicked on them, it would show the stitching, and the stitching would be on fire. So I was just going like, oh crap, something's wrong with the thread. And so I can like mod. So that's the thing. So I put in Dwarf hack or DF hack to try and stop it because I would like to use temperature. I don't want to have to play the temperature off, but for whatever reason, it just causes things to like go to hell basically. And I suspected originally that it was the dragonkin. The dragonkin had something to do with it because they occasionally can breathe an element like fire, electricity, cold, etc. And I assumed that maybe one of them had started a fire somewhere, or something in their modded values was causing fire to overheat things around them. Because occasionally you would just see somebody running around and you would see kind of this weird. You would see this mist come off them, this like boiling stuff, but it would be like the like tears or sweat or something like boiling off them as they were running around. I'm just like, what the hell is going on in this fortress? But boiling steel, like this material, it's super heated to the point where metal is boiling. So something is a little weird with the temperature, and I can't. DF hack will not clear it. No matter how many times I try to normalize temperature, no matter how many times I put out the fires, people are just stuck like either even if I put out the fire and get rid of the like boiling material and stuff, people still think that they're on fire, and I can't get them to stop unless I just turn off temperature. So yeah, the weird dwarf fortress things that happen in this game. But it is just that fortress. For whatever reason, none of the other modded ones. I mean, yeah, my only other suspicion then would be um, the lizard man mod itself for some reason, because like for a while there, it was the only mod that had not been updated or that was asking for updates, and every time I updated it, it would crash something, and so I just stopped messing around with it, and I let it play for a while. And then the other day, I was just like, you know what? I want to keep playing this fortress. I want to try to get rid of that bug. Let me update it. And I updated it, but it still seemed to be wonky. But I don't. That's the thing. Like it didn't start out that way. I've been playing that for several years in before that issue came up, and it's just a thing that I've had to deal with for the last few in-game years. Oh, whoops! I am playing the wrong fortress entirely. So this is the Crundlekin fortress, the wonderful Crundlekin running around all over the place. I think they just have really short lifespans because I've had Crundlekin just kind of drop out of nowhere. But they also Crundle, Crundle. But I also think they have a lot more kids a lot quicker because I think these are all the same, um, all the same person's kids. But yeah, let me swap back. Unfortunately, I was kind of bummed to find out that the ocean mist does not have the same properties as waterfall mist, and so they don't get a mood buff from hanging out by the ocean. Unfortunately, I'm not even on the right fortress. Need to find Dinnercall. I kind of, like I said at the beginning, I kind of wish they would just name the um, or put the fortress name or something here rather than the world name, because you don't oops you don't see a lot of the world name in game unless you're poking around in the like Civ map or anything like that. But like I said, most of the mods that I have are like Civ mods or race mods. There's that primal, which just kind of adds more creatures, and I also have I do have the Sound Sense original music pack, which just adds more music to the game, and uh, the overhauls for the like Dragon Forgotten Beasts and the what is it? The Colossus Mega Beasts. And the dragons can also technically they are technically intelligent creatures, so they can also not only be just forgotten beasts, they can like join civs and be their own thing. They can be entities in the world outside of being a mystical beast or a forgotten beast. Excuse me. I am very yawny today. I don't know, some combination of vague chill in the air and ooh, and these cats. I'm blaming this cat in my lap that will not. The cats, as soon as the temperature drops, just even to like 50, I have a cat glued to me at all times, and I blame her, draining my energy, just sapped from being able to do much more than sit here and run a fortress into the ground. I mean, literally into the ground, because I'm digging, not ruin it. That's not the goal. We've got a bunch of that. Somebody started a tavern song. We doing a dance? I need to get these rocks out of here. Oh, some precious geodes. Nice. Can I not? Hmm. Can I get this guy to do this? Hmm. That might be what is the problem. It is a mining job, and therefore doing this job takes them away from another mining task, which they are not particularly keen on doing. Or, you know, they're busy with actual mining. I don't know. What mining jobs do I have going? No, they're not. You need to put a wall in there. Oh, wait. No. Let's see. I need bars. What all? Copper? I could make some copper. Hmm. Yeah, that might be my best bet. Make some copper bookcases. Make some nice fancier bookcases. Not too fancy, but... Let's make like... five's fine. Oh, man. That's cool, Monkey. It's one of those things where I definitely probably would not want to... I don't know. I don't know that I could do, like, squad-based shooters anymore. At least, like, PvP-wise. PvE, I could probably, you know, get back into things like a Left 4 Dead fairly easy, but yeah, PvP, eh. I mean, nowadays, like, as much as I would like to get back into the flow of Rocket League, parts of me just are like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if you should be getting into that again. At least right now. Get some of these gems out of here. Although, yeah, no, it should be all right. It should be safe. But yeah, if you get into number crunching, then you can relax and just watch numbers go up and create cool synergies with summoning. Is it just summoning undead, or can you summon anything? It sounded like it was mostly undead in the game you were playing. So, also a thing that I need to do short term planning is finish these darn noble quarters, because my nobles don't have their actual like bedrooms or anything, so. Hmm. Interesting. I mean, I know there are some games that like treat necromancy at large as sort of a life magic because, I mean, technically not wrong. Like it's all life and death. It's all like the cycle of it. So like you categorize it as life. I will also real quick. I'm gonna sneak this fruit and grain bar into my face, just so I can, just in case I do end up going to board gaming, which I might. Gotcha. Gotcha. I mean, it is one of the things that I've realized while if I have something to do, if I'm like streaming, playing a video game and at large, but mostly streaming, I am not eating very regularly. Which is part of the problem with my stomach. If my stomach does not work properly normally, like I'm supposed to kind of be eating small amounts at a, fairly persistent level like throughout the day. If I am still ultimately goofing up and like trying to slam a bunch of calories in at once, then I'm not helping things. Put the coffins back here. Mm. Put granite in there. Mm. I tend to build my noble quarters like this. Well, I'm just trying to extend those out. I tend to build these out like this specifically just so I don't have to so I can go to a specific area and just find the nobles. If I need to find the nobles and work on their stuff, they're all in one area. All their offices and dining halls and bedrooms and tombs and stuff are all in one area. Now, once I get to the part where I'm maybe making a giant castle out on the ocean, then we can talk about like redesigning it so that some of those things are separate and I don't have to have them all like one convenient area, essentially. For now, I keep them here just so it's easier to like maintain the stuff that they are after. Who all nobles do I have? I think it's just the count and the mayor. Okay, I can live with that. Oops. The count and the no, not you, siege engineer. The mayor. Is he in the military? No. Oh, come on. There you go. Sorry, Mr. Siege Engineer, you do not get the large bedroom. That is not for you. There are... Let me see. There's bound to be some bedrooms up here. A green glass bracelet, you say? Let me check out this green brass, please. But green glass, not green grass. Green glass bracelet. Me. Let me click on this real quick, and I should be able to check the group texts. Make sure. See if we are, in fact, doing a board game. Okay. Okay, damn. Okay, it does look like they are, in fact, going to do... God, monkey. No. No. Although, I would not be shocked if there was some sort of... there's gotta be... I don't know if it's in the Steam the Steam workshop, but there's gotta be a dwarf drug mod. There's got to be. Considering all the old school mods that there used to be, there's got to be a dwarven drug mod. I'll research. I'll look around. Not that I'm going to add it, but you know, it would be interesting to see what all the old mods were like back in the day, or old projects that people put together. Gypsum blocks. That'll be fine. So let me read the description for this thing real quick. I will save, and I will probably be back tonight, unless I'm just like drained. Let me look real quick and see who all is streaming. Find somebody to send folks over to. Once I get done reading this thing, that is. All right. I will probably. Ooh. Let's see if she's still doing art when I'm done. I will send folks over to Philomancer. She's also a cool, chill, like a. I don't know that she's a PNG tuber. I don't. She hangs out. She's just chill. She's sort of got the whole, you know, relaxing, dealing with chronic health stuff vibe that I do essentially. So, just relaxing out, doing a thing. Yes, the bracelet. Let me read the bracelet real quick. And like I said, I will probably be back tonight for, I don't know, farming. Either farming or a King of Dragon Pass. We'll see. Might be Dragon Pass. I don't know. I feel like Dragon Pass might be something I do like when I have folks here, because it's kind of a weird, funny story game. let me see about Ahmed Gruvos. Gruvos. Is it Gruvos? Grovos. Ahmed Grovos. This is a green grass bracelet. Green grass. Yeah. Damn you, green grass. Green glass bracelet. All craft dwarf ship is of the highest quality. It is decorated with emerald-cut green glass gems and encircled with bands of silver. This object is adorned with hanging rings of green glass and menaces with spikes of green glass. A lot of green glass here. On the item is an image of flood. It's this thing. Okay. On the item is an image of the flood diminishment of rhyming, the jet figurine of Thrombus spoken cackles in ropery. So, Thrombus spoken cackles is a guy that's immortalized in this thing. This jet figurine is made of Thrombus spoken cackles. So, Spoken Cackles was a Nagai, so one of the snake people, and an Ankylosaurus. So, this dinosaur, especially this item, people know Thrombus Spoken Cackles for getting killed by a dinosaur. That's the gist of it. And so, it's not even the green glass bracelet isn't even dedicated to this guy. It's dedicated to this object here, which depicts the guy getting killed by a dinosaur. Oh, and also it's decorated with some other stuff. But like, this guy is a second thought in the bracelet. The bracelet is The bracelet is dedicated to this object here, not specifically to Thrombus Spoken Cackles. Artifacts in this game are silly. Yes, basically that. It is like if you were to have a war memorial, but put it on a t-shirt. And then you dedicate the t-shirt to the war memorial and not like the t-shirt is dedicated to the war memorial, but like none of the details of the war memorial are important to the t-shirt. It's just like, that memorial is there, bam. And then you're like, well, you've missed the point of the memorial. The memorial's importance is that it has a story to it, but now you're just putting the picture of the memorial on things. So, Anyway, I do, however, have to roll out to the not D&D, board games. There was talk of D&D, but yes, it is basically the like Che Guevara t-shirt, only in legendary form. But for now, I do need to hop off, take a break, be social, because my body can handle it currently. It can at least handle getting out of the house. So I will go do that. I will be back later tonight, I'm sure. Streaming probably something else, unless I just feel like chilling out with more Fortress, because I didn't get a ton done here. Who knows? We'll do something, I'm sure. But thanks for popping in. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for things. Thanks for follows. Thanks for those follows. I will catch you all later, and I will send folks along to Philomancer real quick. Thanks for the words. Thanks for the ideas. No, actually, it is always good. I do enjoy having folks just hanging out in chat to bounce things off of, or even just, if they want to take a tour of a fortress. I'm always down to do that kind of stuff. Let me go over to. Let me make sure she's not about to like hop off, because I don't want to just send folks over there and her being on the way out. Oh no! Did she stop? From 3 hours ago. What? Is this thing just out of date? Is that what's going on? Sorry, it could just be my plugin is out of date and being a dork. Or she just ended. No, she just ended. That's what happened. But, well. Bum bum bum. I will send folks along to. Let's go over to MJ80. I know she's playing some. We don't talk about this game. The terrible secret of Deus Ex: The Fall. I'll send folks over to her. Let's do it. And let me pop in over there. I will, again, catch you all later. Oh, I got to, hold on. I can't do that through chatty. Boo. 1 second. I'll figure this out. I'll figure out how to stream. You can't tell me what to do. I mean, you could. I'm not gonna complain. Okay, let's try this again. All right. Have a good one, everybody.